the likely chance of me settling in a life was low. Taking pictures for the Bugle was good and all. Being on my successor was great. Having Dr. Connors and Gran Torino training me in All Might as well, that's all great and all, but my choice going to UA or not, that's a choice that I just didn't think I had the guts to do it. In today's entrance exams, as I look over the city, I'm not that far from UA. Two blocks away, I can see the school itself. As students would go in and they take the entrance exams. As I would see Gwen and MJ pass along with my two sisters, Zibby and Mai. I would see them all walk by talking to each other. I would look at it, pulling out my bag. As I would pull it out, seeing missed calls from Jimmy and MJ, as I would only look at him, listening to the voicemails, saying how they're leaving. Yet I had a choice. Go here and settle this, or don't and just turn around and don't go to UA. I didn't know what to choose. Continue the work that I am doing now, or take the risks and probably excel, but lose a couple of things in the process. I didn't know what to choose. It was hard to choose between excelling or just learning hard on your own. I don't know what to choose. The next thing that came to my mind was, I'm gonna go. I should at least show up. If I stopped, I would hear a radio. Not long ago, Dr. Connors and I have made a connection, made a radio within my mask to connect to the police radios, to know when things are going down. The runaway train, not far from me away. A runaway train. I'll look back, see that if I go in an ideal runaway train, I might not even make it to actually get into the building. The police officer on the radio, police will be talking about the casualties, and casualties that are happening, and how fast the train is, and how many people are on left. Deal with it, just continue on and go to UA, or go help. I don't think between the two. One came to mind. With great power comes great responsibility. I have the power to stop that runaway train. I can stop the train. I can stop anyone from getting hurt. And if I have to sacrifice this chance, and I'll do it. As I'll leap up the building, swinging towards where the train's new direction. Swinging as not long I would find the rails, the train tracks, with the train not far. There's a train. As I would swing faster, using one for all to increase my speed. At the 7% that I have control over it. Swinging down as on top of the train. This train was going pretty fast. Naturally, Japan's trains are a lot faster than any other. As I would run across, jumping upon the front of the train, just looking for the driver, seeing the driver. For the driver would try to stop the train, but he couldn't. What happened, as I would say, the control module is not reacting to my signal. Is there any way other to stop the train? No, I can't manually stop the brakes. The handbrake is broken. It's been broken for a while. Alright, I want you to get back into the corridors and stay there. The man was simply not as understanding. As I would simply go to the front of the train, to the very nose of it. Okay, how do I stop a runaway train? This is hard. Like I think, deku, think. What can I do? Okay. Right. Jumping down as in front of the train, just try to use my strength to stop it. As I felt pain in my legs as I tried to slow it down. The train continued moving. As using my upper body, using my arms to lift myself back on top of the train, I'll feel a sore pain through my legs. As the pain would numb, and as the pain would go away, but there's still a tingling feeling, but as they would fade. Okay, that didn't work. Damn. What else can I do? As faster that the train went, the deeper that it entered into the more areas that we passed, large skyscrapers would pass by in a blink. I was looking around. One idea came to mind. But how do I stop a train like this? Well, this could be a shot. Shooting weapon from each hand to the building, to two buildings in front of us. As I would use the web lines to slow down the train with holding on to the web lines. The web lines upon the building sides, I can use my strength to, basically to slow the train down with the weight and the force that's being given off of the two web lines that's connected to my arms. But in my shock, they snapped. Okay, that didn't work. Need a stronger one. So I would start to shoot web lines from each hand. Let me pass the train will continue to move. Using most of my strength plus, starting to charge one for all through my limbs. As the red and blue sparks of power or spark, as the train would start to slow down. The sparks start to come from the sides. I can feel it, the train, as the nose of the train start to bend back from the weight and the force. As I continue to do this, for about a few more seconds, the train would finally fully stop. It was over. All of it. I stopped and looked. Proceeded to let go of the web lines as proceeded to open the doors. As everyone would get out, and shooting a web line, wanted to make a large web trampoline so people would to gently drop down from the high railways as police would arrive. After getting everyone off, one police officer said, "Thank you, Spider-Man. I appreciate what you've done today." "Yeah, no problem, but you're not gonna arrest me?" "No, I'm not. You've done good for all of us. We thank you for that. You can go now." "Thank you, hero." Izuku was surprised hearing that a police officer called him a hero. Jumping into the air, swinging off. That was strange. A police officer called him a hero. A feeling of warmth in his chest would build. Was this pride? Not from somebody else like All Might or Toshido, All Might or Gran Torino or Dr. Connors, but from somebody else. Someone else, a stranger, telling him that he did well. It felt so good. It was like a feeling that couldn't just be quenched so easily. Not even Kacho telling him to jump off a building could quench this feeling that he was feeling. This great feeling. It brought a smile to his face. Swinging back towards the way as they were lying upon the roof side, not where he was before. Looking over the building, seeing that no one was there. Seeing that he missed a call from MJ. And she sent a text that they just finished. And they're actually now presumably just finished the written portion of the exams. And they're doing the practical, right? They're about to do the practical soon. There's no point. I want to go so bad, but I know better. I saved people's lives today. As much as I want to go to UA, I think I'm better on my own. I don't want to get them killed. I already have two big guys on my back already. I don't need them. I don't need my family getting involved or my friends. He would jump off the roof side and swing woodland to a building nearby, swinging off and away from the UA grounds. It hurts, the pain in his heart. Now actually leaving the dream of a pro hero behind, leaving in the ashes, leaving it as all else remaining of his once before dream, becoming a pro hero in ash. It was in ashes now, and nothing could change that. Landing on the building, seeing the run on the wall side, and landing on the top of the building, jumping off and swinging. Now a weight would feel off his shoulders. It felt better, easier for him to carry. Maybe this was good for him. Maybe that on his mind is truly not what he needs. Well, he best just get doing what he needs to do. As proceeding to arrive back at home after a couple hours of doing his vigilante work, presuming the Mai would come home at least 30 minutes after he arrived home. Sasha would be talking with his daughters as they opened the door. Inko would follow after as locking the doors. Well, Zuko would be there as he'll have boxes they'll be surprised as the green ant would look towards his family saying, "Hey," Inko saying, "Izuku, what's all this?" Izuku looked at his things saying, "My things." Inko was saying, "And why is your things out of your room?" Izuku would sigh and simply say, "I think it's best for me to move out." Inko was shocked to hear this and saying, "Move? Where are you gonna move? You don't have anywhere else to go." "Actually, I do. I actually paid for an apartment in Misafu. And Misafu, it's pretty far from here, but yeah. It's pretty far. Closer to Kacha's house, but, it's better." Why are you leaving?" He has Miles to ask. "I think it's best for me and what I'm wanting to do. And I think it's best," Izuki was supposed to say. "You want to leave us? Not leave you of your lives, just moving out. I already have a cab prepared, so as the boy was, I'm gonna go put these in the cab and head out." As simply he would putting his things in the cab that was parked next to the apartment building that they were in. Izuku was simply looking at his family saying, "I'll see you guys later." As leaving, as simply he would leave. They were just too shocked to say no. He left. Izuku Midori moved out. Inko was shocked. It was first shock, but then a feeling came through her heart. Pain. Her baby left without telling her or anything else. Something within changed again. Ever since this whole year, this whole few months, this has been a roller coaster. So for Izuku, what's going on with her son? He seemed alright before. Then he was happy, then genuinely happy before, then he was suppressed, and now he's just sorrow. She couldn't tell. What was her son's emotions? It was hard to explain that. She just couldn't understand them. Why couldn't Izuku just go with one emotion? She wanted to say no. She wanted to say no so bad, but something in her told her he needed this, and maybe he needs to leave to cope with something that happened recently. Maybe he's not going to the entrance exams to UA, but in general, he just didn't show up. She would wonder, simply, she would go to his room immediately, look around his room to see It was barren. Everything that was filled with Izuku was just very white. No all my posters, no nothing. Everything was just bare. There was a show, no sign of life at all. Tears started to go down her face. She started crying. She didn't know she was crying, but it hurt. She felt someone hug her, turning to say, Sashi, I'm sorry. I didn't know. She was simply saying in a very quiet voice, we need to get him back. He needs to come back. Emotionally, he's not stable to live on his own. As Sashi was saying, Inko, I think it's better for him if he does. But, I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I think this is for the best for him. As she used to cry harder than before. She cried a lot. Midoriya cried a lot. If they were happy, grateful, full, scared, almost anything, they would cry a lot. But this were tears of despair, of pain, tears that were just didn't understand why. With Izuku in the cab, he knew that they wouldn't understand. They would never understand. And maybe this is better. Maybe it's the best if he just shows doesn't have little contact with them at all. Move out somewhere far. There's mom and doesn't have to get worried. Have a decent job. But still solve the problem. But yet, he really just wanted to know if things were okay with his life. This is for the best, for everybody's safety. He needs to protect everybody, and that's how he's going to do it. This is how he's going to do it in this final. Arriving at his new home, his apartment was bigger than, his mom's, definitely. It wasn't homey, but he's going to make it the best he could. Putting the boxes and his things in places and taking them out and placing them around the big apartment. Things will fit perfectly. All my posters here and there. And when he got to his room, putting his spider things away in a safe place. This was everything he needed. Things were just good. And this is better. So where is he going to go to high school for? Not long, he found a high school nearby. That was, it wasn't UA, but it was decent. Not long, his new high school year began. As he walked through the school doors, the hallways, entering his first class, he would sit. Surprisingly, he would find someone familiar. Harry? The boy was trying to sing, oh, Izuku. Hey, what are you doing here? I thought you would have gone to UA with MJ and Gwen. No, I'm not really interested in going to UA. But you would have gone. Nah. I just don't got it for a hero. Oh. Bummer. Yeah, kind of. Well, you know, I'm glad you're here. Hear your smile saying, I'm glad you're here too. At least you have someone new. At least we have someone old to remember. And we have each other. Harry says, yeah, we have each other. As the two would talk, and their new teacher would introduce themselves. No name, really, because, well, there is no name for teacher. School would go on normally. Everything seemed fine. And things just went normal. A normal school day, not bad. Time skip. A few days later. Not a few days, but at least a week and a half later. Izuku would sigh. As swinging into his apartment, when taking off his mask and simply laying in bed, it's hard to believe it. It's only been at least almost 2 weeks, and Yui's been attacked twice. The first time around was at least on the fourth day of the new semester. So something happened to one of Yui's border walls. It was completely disintegrated, and the press got into the school looking for All Might. But not long. But the next day afterwards, one aide had a trip to the unsimulation joint, or the USJ. And surprise, surprise, villains attacked. Was he horrified? Yes. MJ and Gwen and Izumi and Mai were there. How could he not be horrified? He swore that day like his heart stopped beating the moment he heard Yui was attacked. It's like he saw a ghost. At least All Might was there. But after he visited All Might, he said he lost a lot of his power. It horrified him that some abomination could stack up to All Might. All Might. That's crazy. Some creature. All Might got some footage of the creature and gave it to him so he can keep an eye out for it. When he looked at it, what he saw was horrifying. The creature was completely black, showing red muscle-like veins, with a beak-like head, an exposed brain with dead eyes. The villains called it a Nomu. It's the negative symbol of peace, the one to kill All Might. When you first saw it, it horrified him. Gran Torino said that it was completely abomination. He said that only one man could create this creature. And that's when All Might revealed One For All's full story to him. A man who can take and give quirks. That's crazy. The One For All was born out of this. Out of that. He sighed. Could you believe it, huh? Getting up gently, deciding to, at least UA gave 2 weeks off to the students. But unlike the UA, he still has to go to school. Taking off his clothing and deciding to put him in the wash. At least they had indoor washing machines in each of their apartments. Washing his clothes, the costume, simply It smelled like crap, though. Sighing as this being so tired. Decided to take a nap. What's the worst that can happen? And yet again, he woke up. Waking up to another void. What's up with these dreams? Looking to see a pile of goo, but it was larger than before the last time we saw it. Way larger. He heard a voice. He didn't know where it was coming from. It was calling out his name. But then, within the black goo, a pair of large white eyes. As he woke up, what the hell was that? What's up with these dreams? Taking his suit out the wash, putting it into the dryer. As well, these dreams are getting too crazy for his liking. After the suit dried up, putting it on, it was at least 4 to 5 in the morning. Having his school clothes in his bag, having his bag on his pack ready, he jumped out the window and do some work. It never hurts to do some work. As he swung around the city, not long after, for about 40 minutes, his spirits went off crazy, large. Dodge immediately with a natural feeling of instincts and a grace of a gymnastic, dodging out the way of sound, as the sound would be colored in a greenish yellow color, as it would crash into one side of a building as Izuku would land upon the street light, looking towards your shot. I seeing a man saying, "Oh, well, good, there you are. Who the hell are you?" As another man would appear next to him, a man in all green. The first man was basically wearing a full body costume. It was yellow with brown like black on the outside of his body. With small white tears in the eyes, which was completely blank. The other man, was also all green with a long tail that basically looked like a scorpion. Look here, kid. The name's Shocker. And Scorpion. Wow, look at that. Shocker and Scorpion. How nice. As Spider-Man would talk. You know, boys, I don't really have time to play around, but I can play for a bit. That's all I can do. Well, Spider, good to know, as Scorpion was suddenly rushed towards him. Crazy, maniac. Well, as Scorpion works, simply launch his tail. Scorpion tail. Izuku would dodge naturally on instinct. Dodging the scorpion tail as it would impale the ground where Izuku was. So Scorpion had a hard time pulling it out. Running upon the tail, shooting web line is as the weapon would push him forward. And punching the scorpion in the face, sending him back flying, smashing into a couple of stores. Shocker would shoot out pressurized sound waves. Izuku would then jump over him as running across the street as the sound waves would cause damage and wreck the whole place around him, causing explosions and fires around. Izuku would shoot web behind that Shocker's face, swinging down as kicking the man and sending him back. Damn. He's harder to hit in the open. Alright, I'm out of here. And Shocker disappeared into an alleyway, along with Scorpion following him quickly. Hey, where are you going? Asked Suzuki would go after them into the alleyway, shooting wet blind. But when he got into the alleyway, they were gone. What the hell? Where did they go? Looking around to see where they were. Using his thermal vision on his goggles, go see if, his lenses didn't pick up anything. No body heat, no signatures, nothing. Oh, come on. He's gone. They're both gone. Fuck. Zuko would shoot a web line and swing off. Going to look for them around. For about 2 hours, she's been looking around for them, and they have not appeared. They're gone. Suddenly head to school he only had about another 45 minutes. Once he arrived at school, he proceeded to change out of his costume, put on his regular civilian clothes. That was weird. As everyone would be watching the news, Suzuki looked at seeing everyone watching. As the girls would continue to talk about Spider-Man, how totally hot the vigilante was, the boys would be only talking how radical and cool he is. And some others would just talk down to how the person would, be doing vigilante work. Very much he got the pictures, or no doubt about it, looking at his camera, or seeing the pictures. At least they were decent. He need to give this to Jameson. Immediately stopping us, turning to see Harry. Hey, how's it going? Oh, pretty good. You heard about how Spider-Man the running between Spider-Man and Scorpion and the so-called Shocker? Huh? I heard it around. I haven't seen it. Well, police are basically looking for the Shocker and Scorpion. And to be honest, they have not found a single trace of them. Wow. How convenient. It disappeared out of nowhere. Pretty much. So, you have a question. Was Shocker's Gauntlet sound giving off, I'd probably say sound or supersonic waves, or was it something else? I wouldn't call it supersonic waves. I would more call it not high pitch, but loud frequencies. It's not pure sound. It's sound mixed with energy when I'm looking at it. Looking at the gauntlets that he was wearing, they're not meant to be pure sound. They're meant to disorient your opponent. Oh. Well, that's something. Do the police found out about that yet? No, probably not. They will eventually. Yeah, they will. Eventually. Worrying about MJ and Gwen, along sisters. They scared me when they were all attacked by villains. Didn't think that would happen, but it did. I'm glad Ome was there, as simply as Harry would say. He was there to save them. Mm-hmm. Glad he's still there. They always depend on All Might to get things done. But, yeah, we can. Simple pieces still got a lot of stuff that's still in him. Yeah. So we got a upper fight within him. As school would go on, things would just be normal. As he would think about the shocker Scorpion. There is nothing to talk about Scorpion because, well, that's simple. Scorpion needs a toxin within his